What's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Okay, look, I just want to come to you guys and really talk about this restroom thing with the whole transgenders and all that. I want to tell you from my point of view. And hopefully, through the topics that I talk about in this video, I can help you see things on all angles, all levels, all perceptions and intentions, if that makes sense. Or at least help open your mind up some because there's a lot of people on this earth. And let's just say out of 100%, 80% of these people only want to see it from their point of view. And not only just see it from their point of view, most of those people choose not to try to understand. They're okay with just being told instead of finding something out for themselves. So I thought I would take it upon myself to help you understand some things and help you see things differently. You can keep what you think, but at least see things from someone who actually lives it. Because some people don't have to live it to understand, but then there's some people who do need to live it to understand because they choose um they don't get it, but yet they still try to speak on it. So in a way, they do need to live it, or they do need to somewhat hear somebody who has lived it and who is living it. Or that didn't even come out right. Who is living it? You know what I mean? So here's the thing. With the whole restroom stuff, my point of view on that, what I do is I get in there and I get the fuck out. I do what I gotta do and I get out. Um, Sometimes I go to the female restroom, sometimes I go to the male restroom. It's easier for me to go to the girls' restroom because, for one, guys try to get me to suck their dicks. I have to deal with harassment. The little snickers and, people judging me, looking me up and down like, what the fuck is that? Dude, look, all that bullshit. I'm already uncomfortable because I got to take a mean piss. Now y'all making me more uncomfortable because not only can I see the stairs, but I can feel it. And not only that, I can hear your ass talking about me. So, you know, there's tons of reasons why I choose not to go to the male restroom most of the time. Um, like I said, a restroom's a restroom to me. Um, you guys are worried about, you know, excuse me. Let me tell you something. The media has a way of painting this picture and brainwashing people, especially those who are okay with being manipulated. And I say you're okay with being manipulated because, for one, you're ignorant, and number two, you believe everything you hear. You never choose to do research on your own, or you'll listen to something and you'll never tell yourself, well, let me find out for myself. You just go with the flow. The media preys on that, and they have a field day with you. They manipulate people through this. They cause hatred through this type of method. And so when the media says they're allowing this and that to go into the restroom, the ignorant society says, oh, that's just crazy. Now everybody's focused on this transgender. What they need to be focused and realize is, y'all been going to the restrooms with murderers, rapists, and thieves your whole life, and you didn't even know it. Y'all so focused on this transgender, Becky, and anime just to knock somebody off and murder somebody on a lunch break, and your ass is sitting to them, talking to them while they washing their hands in the bathroom. And you didn't even know what they just did. But here sits this pretty little individual that could not be possible for them to murder somebody. Y'all stupid. It's dumb. And here's the thing. Y'all focused on the wrong thing. Y'all really focus on the wrong thing. And I say this because y'all always hear me stress, if you focus on putting love in this realm, hatred cannot exist because you're busy focused on putting love in its place. So once again, if you focus on putting love in this realm, hatred does not exist because you're busy putting love in its place. And I say this because, I seen I seen a very sad thing. I seen a very sad thing, and poor guy. You know, these two women, and there was a man too. So it was a man and a woman, but there was other people around. So it was just this was very crazy to me. Okay, sorry about that. I ran out of space. I had to make some more room. But where I left off in the other video was basically I was talking about how sometimes when you have a manipulator, these two individuals, so you have the manipulator, then you have the two individuals. If these two individuals would realize that love conquers all, and this sideliner has no, it doesn't matter what this sideliner is saying. It's up to these two individuals to find out the truth, work it out, and solve the problem and make up. And then there's no problem. But when you have people who have a poor mindset and a small mindset, who don't know how to seek information, who don't know how to educate themselves in a way to where they'll be able to pinpoint that manipulator, well, guess what? That manipulator is going to have a field day with you because you're so oblivious to what's going on. You're so easily influenced through hatred because of lack of training, lack of manners, lack of being classy, how to handle situations. I seen this white man was giving a speech, and these two Hebrew Americans were, and I say that because we're not African American, we're Hebrew. You've been lied to. Now, if you want to continue calling yourself African American, you go on right ahead. But however, there is African American, but the ones that was brought over to here, and what I mean by there is African Americans, there is people who are from Africa that in their bloodline is Africa, but are African or Nigerian. But here's the thing. People of color, the ones who was brought over here enslaved, you come from an Israelite tribe. Yes, they tell you that we were brought over here on boats. But what they don't tell you is where they purchased us from and our tribes. They don't say that. So you are Hebrew American. Know that much. There's some people who don't even care. They're just going along with the flow. Why? Because they never educated themselves, nor do they care. They've been brainwashed so much, they say, well, what's the point now? No, there is a point to be made. And there's, how should I put this? It's up to you to want to grow and educate yourself. It's up to you. It's all up to you. But just know it is a very, 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 very bad thing to want to stay the same your whole life and not mentally grow. You're going to miss out on a lot of things. So basically, my whole point of saying that is you're Hebrew. You're Hebrew. I seen these two Hebrew women all up in this white man's face. He was just trying to make a point. Here they are thinking they're doing the right thing, and they just hammering him. I don't see why this was allowing it. Clearly they wanted people to get offended. Of course, just the way things are, white people would get offended that these two Hebrew American men and women, and it was actually more than one, but it was mainly these two that's arguing that was in its face. White people don't want to see that, and nor would Hebrews, African, Hispanic people, they don't want to see people down in their race, but at the same time, shouldn't even be about race. It should be humanity. It should be about humanity. It's just respect. When someone's speaking, you know, especially if they're giving a presentation, don't be all up in their face. But any other time the police would have intervened, but not this time. Why? Because they wanted to make a scene and wanted to cause hatred from one another. Now, back to what I was saying. That's not how you handle stuff. I felt bad for this Caucasian guy. Because I would have told them motherfuckers to back the hell up, or I'm macing all you bitches. I don't care what color he is. You gonna get maced today. So, but he handled himself very well. He handled himself very well. Is there still racism? Yes. Is it sad? Yes. But here's the thing. It starts with you. It starts with the individual to want to grow, to want to change for the better. Overall, pray for God's wisdom. That's the best thing you can do on how to handle situations. Ask the Holy Spirit to guide you so that you can know how to handle situations and to react at the right timing and that you're on one accord with the Holy Spirit. Because if not, a lot of things can get out of hand. A lot of sticky situations could be watered down from jump if people would know how to handle situations. You know, that's what I want to say about that. Now, back to the restroom thing. You know, me personally, when I step out, most of the time I avoid, sorry about that, I avoid going to the restroom at all. Because this is what I'm talking about, how to handle yourself and to be wise. If it's that much of an issue, why would you want to feed the fire? So what I do is I take me a nice good old piss before I leave the house. I watch what I drink throughout the day. I'm speaking to my transgender people right here. You know, you can do what you want to do. But me personally, I ain't got time for that bullshit. I don't want to deal with it. Because I done chopped somebody in the fucking throat. And now I got my fucking case that I got to deal with. It just won't go away. So to avoid all that foolishness, I just don't go to the restroom at all while I'm in public. Plus, they're nasty. You know, so that's just me personally. Now, if I really, 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 really have to go to the restroom, then I'll go. Then I'll go to the restroom. You know. And sometimes I go to the girls, sometimes I go to the guys. It just depends on the situation. If there's a lot of men in the restroom, I really don't go into that restroom. I go to the girls' restroom. You know. And I won't go to like a real populated, like if I'm in the mall or something, I'll go to the female restroom that's maybe like upstairs or something. You know what I mean? Where it's not that many people in there. I'll go use it because overall it's a fucking restroom. Get in there, do what you gotta do, and get out. It's that simple. How about you? You know, it really bothers me how you have people really focusing on transgenders going into restrooms when, like I said earlier in the video, you've been going to restrooms with motherfucking murderers and thieves, and you just don't even know it. You know, you need to change your mindset and get wise. Because, first of all, there's a difference. There is truly a difference in okay, how should I put this? There's a difference from being, well, clearly it's a difference, from being ignorant to being wise. And it really, 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 really is very beneficial. Because a female can hurt you just as much as a man can. But here's the stereotype. And this is sad right here. You worried about a man taking advantage of you, and a female can do it better than a man. You need to get rid of the whole gender sex thing and look at it from a soulful individual point of view. Anybody can hurt you. Anybody. Whether you're hermaphrodite, transgender, black, white. Sorry about that. My video cut off. But what I was saying was anybody can hurt you. Whether you're man, female, hermaphrodite, transgender, black, white. Anyone can hurt you. So stop listening to the fucking media and mediators. Be wise about it. You know, I remember I had this guy tried to get me one time. This older man. And he really was trying to get me to give him some head. Okay, my video keeps cutting off. Sorry about that. But this guy was basically trying to, he was really trying. He wanted some head and he wanted it now. But he wasn't getting it from me. But, you know, that's just things that I have to deal with. Now, earlier in the video, I said, I want to make myself clear. You know, some people do know what it's like to deal with ignorant people. But you don't know it like a transgender person know it. Just imagine from the moment you step out your house, you deal with the ignorant mindset on so many different levels. You got, especially when you go to the restroom. Now, here I am, you know, I'm more of a, right now at this stage in my transgendering, I'm more androgynous. So I'm at the stage where people can't figure out if I am a guy or a girl. I hear them mumbling under their breath, or they're looking up and down me. And then they get a real good look at me, and then they be like, oh, yeah, that's a transgender. You know what I mean? I'm at that stage, but pretty soon you ain't going to be able to tell, honey. No, but here's the thing. I'm me on the inside, regardless of what I look like. Okay? But you have to understand, I'm real prissy. I wear heels. I'm really girly. So therefore, how's that look walking in a man's restroom? I get harassed just as if a woman that was born a woman would get harassed. Do you understand? So regardless of what you cardinal-minded people think, you know, it's deeper than what you think. You know, have some sympathy for me and what I got to deal with. You know, I got to deal with that. I'm the one who got to look at this dude trying to talk about me, or, you know, judging me. And the fact that I can feel things on top of that, like how, like they're looking at some. Sorry about that. Video cut off again. But anyways, yeah, you know, I've almost been raped before. I've almost been taken advantage of. But me is strong. You know, but here's the thing. My whole point in making this video was just to help you guys look at things on more levels and perceptions and intentions and angles than you're aware of. You know, the media is not going to tell you to look at this realistically and thoroughly. They're going to paint an image in your mind, and then they're going to cause hatred between one another and make situations even worse. You want to solve this solution, just make another fucking bathroom for transgender people alone. Problem solved. But will they do that? Probably not. Because why? They love all this commotion. They love the hatred because that's what they want. So, if you really want to fix this restroom problem, how about you give us transgender people a restroom of our own? It's that simple. Problem solved. The next video I'll be making will be on my homegirl, or should I say my homeboy, Caitlyn Jenner, because lately she's been thinking about going back to a guy. And that's okay because it's her life. And if she feels that she needs to do that and wants to do that, you go right on ahead, Miss Caitlyn Jenner, and you don't let nobody talk you out of it because you know best for you.